What up? What up? What up? It's your boy DT. Yes, back in the living flesh. We are back on Enters the Lab podcast with your boy CHenry and the lovely lady E. We kicking off. We talk about college football. Is it really starting to begin just like the NFL? We discuss that. We also talk about some of the top games this weekend. Some of the most amazing things we'll talk about with this team. But look, it's time to get ready. It's time to enter the lab. What up? What up? What up? It is Enter the Lab podcast presented by the Red Zone DC Media. I have returned.
What up, though, DT?
Here. Oh man, look, for those that's been wondering, I am one of the assistants at my alma mater high school. I'm one of the brass coordinators for the marching band. I marched in high school and I marched in college. So that's a little side hustle that a lot of people don't know about me. So we've been putting in work because we had our first 3 home games. We had our first home game of the season. We had our first second home game, which became homecoming. And we just had our third home game, which was on a Thursday. And high school football team is 6-1 currently. We got 2 more games to go. And looking like we're going to be heading to the playoffs. So
what's up?
That's what's up.
But enough about me. What's going on, family? How y'all been?
I'm good.
Yeah, man, just chilling, man. Enjoying this wonderful football season, man. Happy to be back with you guys.
Most definitely. Before we even get to it, I have some very built up rants that I've been trying.
Uh oh.
So just gonna have to go solo screen real quick. So gotta go solo screen. So the Ohio State Buckeyes. I don't know what's going on, but I understand you're not going to win every single game. Oregon is a good football team. I knew that coming in. I knew that by watching them as they start growing, start building offense and defense. But the simple fact that you gave up almost 400 to 500 yards to them, and you got all these NFL talent, and then my defensive line can't get no pressure? Larry Johnson, it's about time you come back to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Jim Knowles, you're on the clock.
Pressure?
Yeah, y'all ready to fire some people up there, huh? You had enough, huh?
I have reached a point where when you have people that's been there for a while and it's still the same constant, something needs to change. And for the longest time, after Chase Young went to the NFL, we have not had a top tier guy in terms of defensive linemen. Maybe a defensive tackle, okay. But when a lot of people think about Ohio State, we think about those edge rushers like the Bosa brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And presumably Chase Young when, before the injuries of some sorts. But no pressure at all. I think that's the most mind-boggling thing. We didn't even touch Dylan Gabriel. He out there playing 7-on-7. And then I already heard rumors from last year about there's a rift between Jim Knowles and Larry Johnson and how they want to run the defensive line. And then you got a legendary coach like Nick Saban talking about how the rush is not adequate enough. It's not aligning with how they want to play defense. I have problems. I have problems when you have a lot of people on this defense with this amount of talent. And you should at least play like you're going to have some guys that's playing in the NFL one day, but we still have guys playing like as if they're still in high school. I'm not even talking about top high schools. I'm talking about probably the schools around my area. So
well, I tell you what, DT, it could be worse. It could be like that school up north. That's all I'm gonna say. It could be like that school up north. You know what I'm saying?
it could be, but
hey,
hopefully, this next couple games definitely going to be eye opener to me because Indiana, top scoring offense, that's going to be a challenge. Penn State on the road, Happy Valley at 12 o'clock. It's going to be a challenge. We're going to see what this team is made of. I think offensively, we had some injuries mixed up. Only had 12 carries and 19 yards in the second half. Couldn't really run the ball with the amount of injuries, especially Josh Simmons with the torn ACL. That absolutely sucked because I've been seeing his draft stock rise truly amount. So that's going to be different. But this defense, man, in order for Ohio State to win a national championship, the defense needs to show up. Somebody needs to put 2 and 2 together. Get rid of this beef. Whatever happened at the season, go across your different ways. I don't care about none of that. I need me a ring.
He was like this last year, y'all, when the Commanders had their issues. So even jumping in is
never thought that the Commanders make me so happy, but the Buckeyes got me weeping.
See, and now, so this is a great little segue to go right on in.
Great segue.
College football is starting to become NFL-like, and to be honest with you, I like the fact that the players are getting paid. They're getting paid. I like the fact they've been arguing that for years. I can't remember exactly what Nick Saban said when they were asking about the NIL deal when he was on College Game Day, but I love the idea that he put out there with kind of putting a cap onto it. And I always was thinking that, if it gets too out of hand, that's going to be the next thing the NCAA is going to do, is really put a cap on it. Like if you take an NIL deal, you're stuck there at that school for 2 years. You know what I mean? There ain't no, okay, I'm going to go jump to this other school and go get money. There ain't no, I'm going to jump into the portal or I'm going to register. You do any of that, you lose your money. Because again, you should be picking these schools based off of who's going to develop you. If your goal is to go into the NFL, I don't need you to go to a Colorado just because Dion is paying you the money. And then you're looking at it like, okay, why my draft stock ain't moving? Are you being developed right? I'm not saying anything against Colorado that they're not developing their players, but let's be real. When we look at the schools like the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Alabama, Penn State, because we all know Penn State is known for some great linebackers. Okay, like each school has their I guess you could say their skill position that they're famous for. We all know LSU is going to come out with the wide receivers. We know that, as we've seen. So again, go where you're going to be developed, where you're going to be used, where you're going to have that ability to be able to have scouts see you. Just don't go to the school because they're paying you the most money. Because mommy and daddy, they not caring about what you're doing. They just care about the fact that you bringing in money and they getting paid back what they paid all them years of putting you through pee-wee, tackle, all of that, all the cleats, all the pads, everything, late nights, early days, long trips. Mommy and daddy just like, give me my money back. You know what I'm saying? They're not really, in a sense, like my son make it, he make it. But again, I really think that we really have to start looking because again, we see it in the NFL every day. I mean, didn't somebody just got their contract fixed to where they're probably going to be start playing after they just sit out half of the season? Like, let's be real. Let's be real.
Interesting points. And I just got a question for you real quick on that. on the Saban. Now, was that what he is proposing, that if they get in the NIL money, they have to stay 2 years, or is
No,
that the
well,
current?
he was basically saying like to kind of put it a little bit more structured, like where it's like a cap of what he wants to do. Because I can't remember exactly, because this was probably like at the beginning of the college football season when he said it, because they were talking about the young man at the University of Las Vegas, how he got duped into going there for $100,000 of the NIL, and that's where he was just like, we need to actually do something about this, because yeah, you know, kids are going to schools that are going to pay, but and I'm just going to use my school as an example. So y'all know who Kate Foden is. He came from the Beaufort area. Shout out to Beaufort High School. He was committed to Florida State. As soon as he called himself Mr. Patrick Mahomes over there in Nebraska decided he didn't want to come to Georgia, KJ flipped. But a lot of people were like, oh, Georgia had to pay KJ a lot of money to get KJ. No, actually, KJ took a lower set of pay to come play for Georgia. So sometimes it's not all about the money. Sometimes the kids will take the lowest amount to go play where they know they're finna go play. And shout out to KJ. KJ had a pick against Texas. Had a pick. Actually starting as a freshman. So again, well, I ain't gonna say starting. He's in the rotation as a freshman. Let me clear that up. But he can start. He did. I think he kind of started on the rotation when we played Clemson. So again, we just have to look at it and kind of do it, because right now the way these kids, and that's what I'm gonna call them, these teenagers are playing this NIL like they getting $50 million from the NFL.
Well, I will say this. I will say this. It's a good thought in theory from Mr. Saban, but I kind of feel like it's more so of a what he's proposing is kind of equals the playing field for some folks. It kind of offers a salary cap and allows some teams or some schools who may not be able to compete dollar for dollar with some of these other schools. And I hear that. But the only issue that I probably will have with that is the limit on time, because if we're going to impose a limit on time for them, we have to impose a limit on time for coaches. And as long as coaches can come and go as they please, regardless of their coach contract status, I think that's kind of hard to get these kids to kind of say that, in a free enterprise world, in the country of, supposed to be about, pure capitalism, that we're going to kind of lock you in. But if that in turn, becomes the rule, so be it. You know what I mean? But for me, when I look at it in terms of like, this is the college game is becoming more so NFL like. I'm more so, looking at it from the, the game day experiences. To me, it seems like the way I watch the games in past, the opening couple of weeks of the season where we saw a lot of those intra-conference type clashes, and then it kind of became conference play, which kind of was somewhat regional, if you will. You had your SEC, the Pac-12, Big Ten, and so forth, and so forth. But now, you have, teams like Oregon and USC in the Big Ten. You have these expanded conferences. Now we're seeing much more travel. That is affecting the game on Saturdays. The NIL and these folks, transferring from team to team, that's somewhat leveled the playing field. Now I'm paying attention to group of 5 games. There's a couple of games this week that are somewhat functioning as basically college football elimination games, if you will. Like, all of a sudden, every week matters. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the LSU and Texas A&M game this week as kind of an eliminator game. Alabama has a big game this week. If they get their 3rd loss of the season, man, that'll kind of possibly eliminate them from college football playoffs. That game last week was a wonderful game between Georgia and Texas. Very, very early on in the season, we're seeing top-notch playoff caliber matchups, man. The Oregon-Ohio State game, playoff caliber matchup that we normally wouldn't see until the end of the season at the Rose Bowl. Now we're seeing it in October. So, it just has a NFL feel. I'm interested in the Notre Dame and Navy game, because I think Notre Dame is 12th, and again, they're right on the cusp of the playoff.
They got to win out.
Yeah, if they continue to win, they could possibly be the group of 5. I'm not going to say recipient. How do you mean? The representative, if you will, for the group of 5. And so again, a lot of these games are exciting and have a lot more meaning early due to the expanded playoff format and the realignment. So that's why I was looking at it. But you guys put up some great points about the NIL though, for sure.
I mean, the thing about it is the way that college football, we already, as you can see, with the rules, it started with the rules. Again, first of all, let me go ahead and go on my rant. I know DT went on his, but let me go on my rant about college really quick. Y'all fix the freaking targeting rule. Fix it.
Yeah, they gotta fix it, man.
Fix it. I lost 2 guys to one, an offensive player lowering his head. Now, let me say this. I get to protect a person that can't protect themselves as a wide receiver, as a tight end. But if that person is lowering their head too at the same time, it should be called both ways. Okay? It should be called both ways. I don't care if he's seen as a defensive player. That man know I'm gonna duck, he gonna duck, we gonna collide. Okay. No, we got to do that. Let alone, and then the other player that got thrown out from my team, literally textbook tackle, but it's targeting. I need somebody to understand and legitimately tell me and know exactly what it is when it comes down to targeting. What are we really looking at? That's what I want to know, because all different refs are going to look at targeting a different way. Let's just put it like that. But yeah, that's my rant about that. But we got the 2-minute timeout, which is a 2-minute warning. Now that they're doing it, I mean, you got a lot of coaches playing more of NFL style offenses, doing great defensive scheming when it comes down to it. So again, when you're looking at all of this and they're making all of this changes, you get an NFL like feel. And I when you said the Pac-12, you mean the Pac-2, but when you have these expanded conferences now, you're going to get the games that we've been asking to see. You're getting these games that we've been wanting to see. Now you don't have to really schedule a home and home with certain teams because you're going to play them regardless of the situation. I know the SEC was talking about doing something with the Big Ten. I really didn't read into that, but I seen that notification. So I don't know, maybe future where I have a little bit more, interchanges with the teams that we play between us two when it comes down to it. But again, just like how we get the certain NFL games every year that we're looking forward to, like, oh, this matchup is going to be lit this year. We're finally getting that in college. So yeah, I'll be honest with you. Now that we got this 12-team playoff, the schedules have to show it. You can't make it an easy walk. We were complaining about before. Now you got the 12. So are we having elimination games in the month of October? Sometimes in the month of September, depending on the school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it. I ain't mad at it.
Shout out to Army though. I see you. Okay.
So when I think about how things have changed, obviously with the NIL is most definitely, and with the fact of the transfer portal, it's legit just free agency with these high school and college athletes. They transfer into these schools either to get playing time or for money. And a lot of these guys, you see the great benefit of the transfer portal. We've seen guys who are deemed to be fourth or day 3 picks, they turn into first rounders or maybe top 2 picks. We've seen it with Joe Burrow and we've seen it with Jaden Daniels. Guys that had to get the development that they needed, and they show out, and now they're arguably one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League. We also see with these high school athletes now, they able to dictate where they actually want to go without letter of intent. And also, for those that don't know, without letter of intent, that's legit definitely going to be free agency, because now these kids don't have to sign wherever the school that they can pick any school that they want to go to. So I think that also levels the playing field as well when we talk about college football. And Henry made a great point. I know a lot of times we're very stuck on the Power Four conferences and independent, but we have to watch out for these group of fives and these smaller schools, because now once you see them play these out-of-state games, out-of-conference games, you start to see the first couple minutes of the quarter, the game is very close. That's because the playing field has been leveled. You see a lot of these star athletes that transfer to these smaller schools. They're helping out these coaching staffs. when you see sometimes we talk about the scheme. Scheme is very important, but sometimes you've got to have the Jimmies and you have to have the Joes.
Yeah.
And a lot of these Joes are leaving. They're going to these smaller programs. It's helping out the Jimmies. So I definitely believe that college football is now heading into amateur football. I would say it's not professional, but it's almost there professional. We
Yeah.
have a lot of guys very talented. I mean, shoot, Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith, like if they were to come out today, they might be top 3 picks right now. I mean, with a
Yeah.
Travis Hunter. So I think that's very interesting.
And
When
they
we see
definitely getting top end NIL money, so they getting
Yeah.
paid.
yeah, so I definitely see that everything has changed much. And then when we talk about just conference play overall, like for those people who are very old, of the old days, the Pac-12, the ACC, the Big East, just to bring a couple memories up, we're seeing these teams like USC, Oregon, Washington, Texas, Oklahoma. They go into these bigger conferences, and you instantly see the the playing field either stepped up or you see the huge regression. We see obviously with USC, they're having a difficulty adjusting to the physicality and also probably the coaching when it comes to the Big Ten football. But Oregon has been a team since even Mario Cristobal been building that program physical, which is why they already match the intensity of teams like Ohio State and eventually the teams that will play this weekend like at Illinois. So
Don't discount the travel too. Don't discount the travel.
Yeah.
the travel is a big thing as well. Like you're telling kids from all the way from California. I never thought I would see the University of California and Stanford got to travel all the way to the East Coast and play teams like Clemson and or the University of Virginia. That is absolutely ridiculous. But these are the times we're in, man. And we're also seeing these conferences doing their own case of free agency because they're trying to bring these conferences like the Pac-12 back in a couple of years or try to lure these other schools in. So it's definitely have leveled the playing field. It's made college football extremely more interesting. And these conferences and these games are going to have a lot more importance because you never get these matchups that you never expected. And you get to see these teams more likely play each other again in the playoffs or in the conference. So
Yeah.
more top games, more money, more college football. One of the best.
And speaking of top games, as we're rolling into, I mean, I think we got some games on tonight too, but as we're rolling into the college football season right now, these are the games that are going to demand a lot of attention because these are the games that's going to solidify a lot of the position coming into November and coming to them last little stretch. You have Mizzou versus Alabama. You have LSU versus Texas A&M, Oregon versus Illinois, and then you have Notre Dame versus Navy. Now, the game that I'm rooting for right now, I need LSU to knock off Texas A&M. Go ahead and knock them back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little 2 loss. And then I need, them to double back, and I need LSU to get knocked off. But that's just me. That's for my selfish purposes. But Mizzou and Alabama, I am really circling that game because, and this is not a knock to Alabama, but I will say this. I did try to tell their fans. I said, I don't think y'all understand who Kevin DeBoer is. I don't think y'all really watched him at Washington like y'all were supposed to watch him and understand kind of who he was. And the thing is, that defense is just not. It's just not. And I don't know. Mizzou can put up a really good fight. I feel like Mizzou is like I'm not gonna say a better Vandy, but they can definitely, they won't go away. Like a little gnat that will not go away.
They've been impressive. They've been impressive in the SEC. They a little them going over there. I thought it was going to be a little bit tougher for them to acclimate to the SEC, but they've been a solid program over there. I like what they're doing, and Vandy too.
Yeah. Shout out to Vandy.
Yeah, if you remember the first couple of years when Missouri got there, they were in the SEC championship. So
yeah, they were.
They had a couple of down years, but then eventually, with new head coach Avery, they were able to build that program back up. But yeah, this Alabama team, man, A lot of question marks. A lot of question marks. The Vanderbilt loss. I mean, even before the Vanderbilt, the second half when they played against Georgia, there was a lot of questions I was picking up. Then they played Vanderbilt, lost on the road in Tennessee. Then you play the third Saturday in October against an elite Tennessee defense, I would say, and lost a nail biter. You cannot afford to lose this game against Missouri, and Missouri can't afford to lose this game either, even though they're probably a little behind. But when it comes to the college football playoff, which is now so important, a third loss, I just don't see this committee going with teams with 3 losses.
Well, and how they have it set up this year too. You know, if you play in
it might be some circumstance, but
yeah,
it might be the way you lose. If you lose a top game, like maybe by a field goal or triple overtime, okay, maybe we'll probably lean toward that. But if you're just absolutely getting beat or not showing up for the challenges that is on Saturday, that's when I have to question it and then compare it the resume with other teams who are also biting for the last couple of spots with the college football format.
And I think it's going to be them last 2 spots, to be perfectly honest with you, because we all know if you make it to your conference champion and you're the winner, you get those top 4 spots, and then it falls in that second and then that next highest conference winner and different things like that. And just, you know, I feel like it's going to be those last 2 spots that are going to be up for grabs. But I'll put it to you like this, and I'm just going to be honest with you. A third loss, you might as well kind of, in a sense, just go kaput. Like, it has to be somebody that they just don't deem belongs there, or they, like you said, make an argument. But I mean, a 3-loss team could possibly do it, but I'm not a 3-loss team from the SEC. I don't see it.
I don't know. I think to your point, I think if it is going to be a 3-loss team, it's probably going to be a team from the Power. I want to say the Power 4, but it's going to be probably somebody from the SEC or the Big Ten who's taken some losses to. Those 3 losses are probably going to have to be very close losses to teams that are probably already in the playoff. So again, it's probably going to have to be an SEC or Big Ten teams. I only know a couple of conferences that can probably, produce 3 or 4 playoff teams. Or if there's somehow you get into a conference championship and you had 3 losses and you upset, you know what I'm saying, somebody in the conference championship, maybe that, opens the door for you. But it is going to, I don't think it's going to be the norm for 3-loss teams to make it. But, once in a while we will see it. But, it's going to be exciting.
I have a challenge for you. I think underratedly, doing my research last weekend, I think a lot of people are slept on how deep and how competitive now the ACC conference is with a lot of 1 to 2 loss teams. You have Miami leading the bunch. Then you have Clemson, who we all know they're going to be in there. But then a team like SMU that's new to the ACC, Atlantic Coast Conference. You have Pittsburgh that's going to be playing tonight against Syracuse, a strong Syracuse team. So it is a lot of teams in the ACC that's going to make.
Shout out to Virginia. Shout out to Virginia. Duke. Virginia. They're
has lost 1 game.
So my question, my challenge to the ACC, is going to be, I hate to say it, but we always start off with these preseason rankings. And I don't know how many teams in the SC and the ACC were, the ACC were part of those preseason rankings. I think they're going to end up beating up on each other. And I don't know how many of those teams, how many quality wins they're going to be able to get from within their conference. That's the only, I think they're going to have some teams involved. I think the conference champion and maybe 1, possibly 2 other teams could possibly get involved. But I can't really, name any quality out of conference wins that they have off the top of my head right now. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. And will they, beat up on each other within conference? But again, it's going to start right tonight, baby, with Pitt in Syracuse, man. 6-0 versus 5-1. So, yeah, man.
I'll be honest with you. Even though we have the top 4, and the first rankings actually come out in November for this, but I really want to say this is probably the first time in a while where you really can't pinpoint where everybody's going to be. Like,
and I don't think we're going to have an undefeated team. I mean, Oregon maybe, but I mean, I don't know. This is a gauntlet that these teams have to go. to me, that's another symptom of this becoming more so just like the NFL. Those days and those years, there's going to be those 3 or 4 teams that are just undefeated or untouched, unblemished. I don't know if that's going to happen.
But here's the thing, like, you know how we look at the schedule. Like, I looked at Georgia's schedule and I'm just like, y'all really had to do this to us. Like, y'all really had to do it. But when you look at like Missouri's schedule, when you look at kind of like Oregon schedule, some of the other schedules that you have like within the Big Ten, like for instance, Indiana, you probably would have looked at an Indiana team and probably said, oh yeah, they probably get a couple of wins here and there, make it. But Indiana is showing up.
Yeah,
they're actually showing up with their schedule. So I am going to go back and say, I think now with these expanded conferences with other teams, I think it's really evening out the playing field to where you get a team like Indiana, or you get a team like Duke or Virginia Tech, or even Pittsburgh, that can literally take their schedule and use it to their advantage. To literally be in these talks and be in these conversations now. Like, it's not in the sense of how it was before, where you only got a top 4 team in every conference and that's the only teams you got to worry about. Like I said, shout out to freaking Vandy. They are here.
Now, I do have this question though, because now scheduling these conference and outside of conference game is going to play a lot in the coming years when we see the schedule. We knew that Indiana, we did not really talk about Indiana or even consider them a factor that much in the Big Ten. But the simple fact that they have this revitalization under a new head coach, they're undefeated, they're tied with Oregon with wins, but you look at them down the stretch, and there's a possibility they could win out and play in the Big Ten championship, or there's a possibility they could lose maybe at least one game down the stretch. Now, a team like that, would they be a team that would probably be eliminated based on their schedule when you look at it? I mean, you have to win the games that you schedule at the end of the day, but someone's going to sit up here in the committee and compare wins against FIU, Western Illinois, UCLA, Charlotte, Maryland, Northwestern, and recently Nebraska to these other teams that are either
under. Hurt in Nebraska though. I ain't even
you said Indiana. You said Indiana.
Indiana, yeah.
I want to look at their schedule real quick. Now you not.
They put a hurting on Nebraska though.
You're basing it off of one loss, right?
If they either a loss or they go undefeated.
But okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now. My personal feeling, if any team go undefeated in the Big Ten, the SEC, or any Power 4, you probably getting in. You probably can even lose your championship game and get in. Yeah. You go undefeated. You go 12-0. So let's look at. You already talked about what Indiana has done, but let's see what's left on their schedule. They've got Michigan, which is we down. We down. Washington is still on that schedule. Ohio State is on that schedule. Purdue is on that schedule. If they go 12-0, even if they lose in the championship game, they're probably still in. They're probably going to still be considered one of the best 12 teams in America. I believe. What you guys thought?
I believe it too. I just wonder when we get to these couple of spots and they're doing the comparison business. We know how to do when it comes to these couple of spots. You're comparing these one-loss teams to these other one-loss teams. We're looking at strength of schedule or story, stuff like that. A lot of stuff factors into that. And hopefully, I hope they do their justice and have a team like Indiana. If you want to match up with NCAA basketball with the Cinderella story, Indiana right now is a Cinderella story because nobody expects Indiana to have this level of competition and be undefeated.
I feel like Indiana as well as Illinois, and I can't really speak. I don't know. Let me bring up the records for the SEC. I think Vandy has one loss, right? Who's only got one loss in the SEC?
LSU has one loss.
No, we all have
non-traditional power. A non-traditional power, like somebody like what's Texas A&M? They've got one loss, right?
They got one loss.
Ole Miss, they got one loss, right?
Yes.
So to me, those are the type of teams that if those teams go 12-1.
No, right? Ole Miss actually has 2 losses.
Okay.
Oh, they do?
Teams like who else? I'm just throwing some non-traditional powers. What if they go 12-1? And then you got a team like an Ohio State or an Oregon or LSU or an Alabama who has 2 losses. Now, what are you going to do when you've got teams that somewhat qualify, have the record, have the resume, but you got these other names, these other traditional powers who are, almost. I mean, we're used to seeing them there, and they're 11-2. Those are the conversations I want to talk about.
You're
when
right.
You've got a Navy who goes 12-1, but maybe somehow loses out in their championship game, so they technically can't be the representative from the group of 5. But their resume, they would have had a big win over Notre Dame. They would have had, some decent wins over some solid mid-major conference opponents. How do they rank up? How does their resume stack up to a team like Oregon, who may have, or Ohio State, who may have 2 losses in conference? Those are the conversations that I'm eager to really, really hear and see how they break those down.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree.
I agree too.
Just like for sports, if Indiana win out even 1 loss to OSU, they should be in consideration. And I think that's going to be a lot of like the top 2, maybe even the top 3 within the conference for each conference that is ever there to look at that. And then once they kind of fill out where they need to fill out, now we're going to get into those conversations of probably about those 2 lost teams or those 3 lost teams within each conference to see what it's going to be. Because again, I don't think we can count them out, but it's kind of hard to count them in if we're looking at it from the standpoint of not just the top 4, as we know, but everybody else. Looking at you boys at State.
I can't wait to December when all the coaches are starting to, saying get in there, get the season is over and they just trying to politic now. You know what I'm saying? Well, we did all we can do. We played the best we possible. We beat this man, we beat that man, and then you know what? Put us in there. Put us in there. We did all we can do.
Exactly.
20 coaches battling for 12 spots. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of elbow room. It's gonna be people throwing them balls. It's gonna
be. I think the first rankings and what is gonna. I think is gonna be the most talked about, and we're gonna see the most complaints.
When is the first ranking?
I want to say probably like November 6th, that first Tuesday.
Okay. I'm looking at the SEC right now, man. If I'm counting on my hand, make sure I know my eyes are good. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams with 1 loss.
Yeah,
and only 2 of them have no losses in the conference, and that is Texas A&M and LSU, who will be playing this weekend.
That's why I said I need LSU to do me a favor, but then I need Alabama to back door and do me another favor.
Shout out to my man Just for Sports for tuning in, man. Glad you tuning in, my brother. Yeah. See you at homecoming, my brother.
Oh Lord, this expansion can't be to give the SEC a backdoor in. A 1-loss Big Ten team should be in over any 2-loss SEC. I mean, but you can make that argument about.
Here we go.
Your neck, E.
Here we go.
Look, but here go the thing. Here's what I'm saying. You can have that same argument for the AAC. You can sit over there and do that. You can have that same argument again, But at the end of the day, that's just that's why I think a lot of people say we should do 16. But I say the issue is that you're still going to run into some type of issues because the school. Yeah, because like the schools are gonna look, well, okay, so I can't be a 2-loss team, but I could probably be a 3-4 loss team now and probably still be able to get in. Now we're back having the same conversation again.
Give me where we go. Teams 13 through 17 gonna be mad. If we go 16, teams 17 through 22 gonna be mad. Somebody gonna always be mad.
Be mad. It's always gonna be mad. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. All right. Let's get on to the NFL. College football.
Trade winds is the blowing.
We got trades in the wind, baby. Trades in the wind. All right. So where y'all want to start off? Which trade do y'all want to go?
Talk about the ones that happened. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about anyone. Devontae Adams, DA, and the New York Jets. You know what I'm saying? A-Rod, the guy, he done got my man fired one day, then got DA traded the next day. I mean, Who running the asylum over there?
He lost to the same team he lost to before he even got there. So,
good gracious, he didn't even play. He didn't even
look,
play.
whole 180. No, 360. That's 360. Look. All I'm gonna say is this. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs and shout out to the rest of the NFL for letting the Kansas City Chiefs actually get better. Because again, I don't care who's that wide receiver, as long as Patrick Mahomes is throwing whoever the ball, they're bound to go to the Super Bowl at this point.
Well, he needs to start throwing to his guys. Stop throwing the other team.
You know what? I'll be honest. Look,
I'm saying, man, it ain't gonna be long till he start heating up. Then we're gonna be like, oh my god, he in the Super Bowl again.
I mean, but they 6-0. What we talking about though? Him throwing it to whoever he throwing it to.
I'm just trolling, man.
Look, I was like this. Patrick Mahomes is making by the hair of his chinny chin.
Remember Peyton Manning in 2015? Y'all remember Peyton Manning in 2015?
Yeah, I remember that.
Ramen noodle out there slinging that junk, yeah.
But I do like that move, though. I think a lot of folks are estimating DeAndre Hopkins. I think he still has some juice left in the tank. I don't think he has to be like Tyreek Hill, part 2 over there. He's just got to be a solid possession receiver. We saw Patrick have a lot of success with Juju Smith-Schuster, Rashee Rice. I think DeAndre Hopkins can do a lot of those similar things. Can still get open. Still can route guys up. I think he's going to go over here and have a good career. I think he's still a 1,000-yard receiver. He's been banged up a little bit this year, and that offense been terrible in Tennessee. But hey, I think this can be a sneaky move, man.
I mean, again, shout out to the NFL for letting it happen. like y'all gotta understand, man. The Bills let them get Xavier Worthy. Now they got D-Hop. I mean. Again, they won a Super Bowl without wide receivers. Now they got some type of wide receivers.
Speaking of your favorite team, Miss E, Lady E, the Buffalo Bills, they got a nice little new piece. You know what I'm saying, from Texas. You know what I'm saying, from formerly of the Cowboys. How y'all feeling about that?
It's about time they got him a wide receiver help.
Who we talking about time? What you mean about time?
About time. I mean, what did I say at the beginning of the season? Didn't I say the Bills are going to be?
He went to Buffalo. He ain't go to Baltimore. You know that, right? Cooper went to.
No,
Buffalo.
I know that.
You said about time. I thought. I'm sorry. I thought you had.
No. I'm talking about Josh Allen. He didn't trust no Keenan Coleman.
But wait, he just had Diggs. I mean, he had Diggs. I mean, it ain't even been a whole season without Diggs.
And look, and he didn't really even throw Diggs the ball.
Okay.
Right. So, with the Amari Cooper trade, I have said this to actually my students. I said, if I'm doing the comparison business, I think even though he did have Stephon Diggs, it wasn't even that long that he didn't have Stephon Diggs. I still believe Amari Cooper going to the Bills is better than Devontae Adams going to the Jets, because I feel like the Jets have way more problems than just at wide receiver. Meanwhile, with the Bills, I see them trying to rotate a lot of receivers, trying to find ways to get the ball to playmakers. We see Cure, we see Kincaid, we see Coleman, who just had his first 100-yard game in NFL.
Yep.
Amari is going to help open that up just a little bit more, and we see Josh Allen playing very efficient, have not turned the ball over yet, knock on wood, not turned the ball over yet. So I think that's going to be a big benefit to that Bills offense in the AFC East.
Yeah, no, I like I said, it's about time. Again, that was my main concern, is how well is Josh going to be with a rookie wide receiver when he doesn't have, he has vets there, but do he trust those wide receivers? So getting somebody like Amari Cooper, that was a great pickup for them. I will give the Bills that, because again, you still have to account for Amari Cooper. You still got to account for Coleman. You still got to think, and I think James Cook missed the game. I don't know which game he missed, but James Cook missed the game as well. So that kind of took a hit on their running game as well. But if they can get everything clicking, then we can see exactly who the Bills really are. when it comes down to it. If they can get everything clicking, especially with that. So I do agree with DT on that one, that move was a little bit better than Devontae Adams, because again, the situation that Devontae Adams went to didn't get any better, because ain't A-Rod now hurt? Ain't there an issue going on, an injury with A-Rod?
In this giddy up. He's 40 plus. That's what happens to
Upstream.
40.
Got the upstream pull, man.
You get to just, what I'm saying, do any movement, man, we can pull something, man. So something hurt, I like it. I think Cooper is a great player, and I think he's a professional. He's going to do what he needs to do on the field. He's not going to be a big issue off the field. He's not going to be texting Josh Allen at 3 or 4 in the morning talking about I was open and all that type of stuff. So, and I'm gonna give kudos to the Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Bills GM, man, because they saw the need, man, immediately, and they went out and got a guy. You know what I mean? And that's what they do. Unlike Lamar, we still waiting for him to get a guy. But when they needed him, when they felt they needed a guy before, they went out and got Diggs. They drafted Keon Coleman, like you said, and now they went out and got Amari Cooper. So they're keeping him loaded with a weapon out there. So kudos to them. Now the D Adams, I mean, I like the move. I think out of the 3 receivers, to me, he's probably the one with the most juice left. But to your point, I think there's some other issues. I mean, I don't know who's running the asylum over there. The offense looked a little bit better the other night when they played, but I don't know what happened to the defense. Defense left, so I don't know if it's some internal strife. I don't know if we looking like Philly North, Philly East. I don't know what's going on, but it looks to be a problem in the locker room a little bit. What you guys think about Devontae Adams, scolding the young team after that game, after being in the locker room for less than 72 hours? What you guys think about that?
All I'm gonna say, that's what you signed up for, baby.
You got a lot of young guys on that team that haven't been used to winning, so him coming from the Raiders, he probably got tired of losing. He come over here, like, man, you guys losing too.
I mean, they probably look at him like, hey, listen, man, you ain't come from no winner either. You ain't, you know what I'm
saying? That boy said as soon as they signed Garner,
what you talking about?
But yeah, Jets got a lot of issues, man, and I don't know how the season going to end, but they got to find a way to end it on a good note. The head coach already fired. It's definitely going to be some changes.
Rumor has it he's over there with the Packers as an analyst. So
that's what I hear. And I'm not mad at him, man. Go get you another check, man. Go get you another opportunity to help out. And
somebody gonna fire their DC. Somebody gonna fire their DC this off season.
I knew he wasn't gonna be out of work long, man. But I think he got a bad deal over there. But we'll see. We'll see where he lands, and hopefully he lands on his feet. But with that being said, we got a lot of other rumors out there. There's still a lot of trade winds blowing. We're hearing that, guys like I'm gonna say Cameron. What's the other guy? Cortland Sutton may be on the market. Matt Stafford may be on the market. Cooper Kupp. What do you guys? I keep hearing that. I'm saying I'm always listening to the, the commander spaces. I keep hearing that they possibly are looking for a wide receiver or possibly a cornerback or a defensive end. What you guys, saying? What trades would you like to see your teams make?
I need a pass rush.
Y'all already made a trade for a pass rush. You getting green?
We need another one. Everybody hollering. Everybody hollering. Max
quarterback. Now you want 2 defensive ends too? Come on now.
Look. Everybody hollering for Max Crosby. So they was like, we need a pass rush. So
everybody want Max.
So this is interesting. So based on things I've read, they've been doing their due diligence, and they also past couple of weeks they've been bringing in wide receivers. They also had interest in what's the kid from used to play with Aaron Rodgers, Scantlin, whatever his name, wide receiver. He just signed with the Saints.
Yes.
Yeah, so that tells me that they have been looking still at the wide receiver spot and an edge rusher. I know to me, corner is probably a bigger need than both, but I just don't see, maybe unless we're talking about a guy like Greg Newsome from Cleveland, I just don't see really nobody trying to trade away the corner. I would love to help out the secondary for a bit, and I also love to add a young wide receiver to go with Jaden because it's still clearly to me they're rotating a lot of guys on offense. We still don't really have a wide receiver two outside of Terry McLaurin. But I honestly don't think it's going to be no moves made. I think they're going to just test the waters a little bit, see what's the bid is, and if they feel like it's not worth it, I think they'll just head into the off season with $120 million and 9 draft picks and
That don't sound like a bad plan, man. That don't sound like a bad plan the way y'all playing. That don't sound like a bad plan at all, brother.
I know, right? We got adults in the building. That's been a while. Man.
So man, I think my boy Just for Sports made a great point, man. He said he need the Lions to be willing to make a move. The window is now. I think the window definitely is now for us, but I think Brad has been a little bit measured in some of the moves he's made. He hasn't really made a lot of big splash moves, so I don't know if the Max Crosbys or the Myles Garretts are on the table. A couple of guys that names I do like. I do like Zadarius Smith. I do like the young kid out of Harold Landry, defensive end / linebacker out of Tennessee, has a little bit of history with our defensive line coach. Another name that's come up, Josh Uche, former University of Michigan guy, now with New England, kind of a situational pass rusher. We definitely need some help out there. We lost Marcus Davenport. We lost Aiden Hutchinson, of course. And now it's looking like Josh Pascal may not be able to go this week against Tennessee. So we're down some bodies. So hopefully Brad helps us out and addresses that move. But if we don't make a move, hey, man, we just got to grin and bear it, and we got to do the same thing you guys are doing up in Washington, man. We just got to outscore everybody, man. We got to put the 40 balls, folks, and just, try to, beat them to the end zone, to get a couple stops. Get 5 stops, man. 5 stops in the game.
Hey, that's what I say. Give me 5 stops. I'll count.
Now, real quick, tonight's game, we got the Thursday night game. We got, Minnesota versus the LA Rams, and it's been a lot of talk about possibly Matt Stafford being traded to the Minnesota Vikings for Sam Darnold. He has some familiarity with the coaching staff there in Minnesota, played in that offense. What do you guys think about, Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford and them possibly doing a total rebuild in LA?
That's shocking.
Yeah, that's shocking as well. Like, there's a lot of injuries on this Rams team, especially at the skill position and defensively.
Y'all jinxed them, Lions. I'm looking at you, Lions fans. Y'all jinxed them.
We need to jinx somebody. We've been jinxed for a goddamn lifetime. You need to jinx somebody.
My only thing is, I get why you probably wanted to do it, but I just don't understand. You might as well just finish the year with Stafford as your quarterback, and if you feel the need to address that position next year, fine it. But I do think maybe because the way his play has been, he's building his bread up right now. A Sam Darnold, he's playing very, and I think for a lot of people, the question that they're going to have is when's that wall eventually going to hit for Sam Darnold? I think that's what a lot of people are anticipating and waiting on. Like, is that wall going to be hit tonight playing against the Rams? It is a possibility, but I think you just go with Stafford. You honor him in his contract this year, and you move around with the quarterback position. But the wide receivers, though, Kupp, that's interesting, man. Kupp thing that might happen, dog.
I'm gonna tell you, I think Kupp is a great player. Only issue with him is the injury history, and he's 31 years old in his age. Some people may say, well, hey, he's already been hurt this year, so maybe he can come back and he's ready to hit the ground running.
He's actually active tonight.
Yeah,
and Puka.
I think that's going to be that's crazy. Puka's out there too. I think it's going to be find a suitor who's going to probably someone who wants to who wants him and willing to pay some of that contract, because I think his number is like he's got like a $25-30 million cap number right now. So that's going to be interesting. But Matt Stafford, I feel like it's almost a slap in the face, because why would you want to come back into the division, and impede us from making our Super Bowl run when we let you free to make your Super Bowl run? So I feel like if you come back in the division, you hating on JJ. You know what I'm saying? And you hating on JJ, impeding his progress. So if he come back into the conference, man, into the division, man, all bets are off. I think we're going for his rib cage, kneecap, and thumb, all the parts of his body that are a little bit leaky. And we're gonna take his head off. But with that being said, it's an interesting game tonight because if the LA Rams win, they're 3-4. I think everybody in that division is 3-4. They're still kind of in the playoff race. So with the healthy Puka coming back, with the healthy Puka coming back, with the Cooper Cup coming back, do you decide to sell now? You know what I'm saying? If you win the game, but if you lose, maybe you become sellers. But a lot of interesting angles, man, in tonight's game.
I see a lot of points, man. It would be scary though. Stafford with
he want another ring to solidify his career. Why don't he get the ring in LA? Why you gotta come to Minnie? You know what I'm saying? That's baller block. He trying to baller block.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm gonna say is this: if LA is gonna blow it up, this will be the right time to blow it up. To be honest with you, they made some solid moves on the defense. Got a lot of young guys in there. I think this was like only the second year that they were able to draft in the first round after that Stafford trade.
I think this may have been the first year. I can't remember. Last year.
Either last year or this year was the first year that they were able to do that. So now you got your draft picks back. Now you can really go in. But some people are saying that if they do blow this up, this may be it for McVay.
Well, McVay, there were some questions that some folks have said that he was ready to retire last year. So maybe he's reached the end of his rope and he wants to do something else. Maybe he wants another challenge and another team. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know, man. I like what the Vikings got. Just for sports, I like Justin Jefferson. I like Jordan Addison. TJ Hawkinson is going to be coming back. Got
TJ Hawkinson is out tonight.
Flores on the defense. They become a little tougher over there. They become tougher with Stafford. I ain't gonna lie. I see these picks up. We about ready to wrap this on up. I see the picks up, DT. I see. Oh yeah. I see what I'm picking up. What you're putting down there, brother.
I gotta catch up, dog. I gotta catch up. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the Thursday night game tonight. Vikings versus the Rams. So, thought about this. This is a very crucial game for the Rams. AFC West banged up. 49ers have a tough task at hand the upcoming Sunday. Cardinals just won on Monday. Hey, man, they might try to find a way, but right now, I'm still going to lean with the Vikings on this one. I think the Vikings defense will do some things to hold off Matthew Stafford, and they're going to have enough offense with Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson. They'll get enough points to win a close one. So I got the Vikings tonight.
I'll say the same thing. I just feel like the Vikings defense is on a roll right now. Injuries again with the Rams. I know they got a couple of people. I know Puka and Cup are in for tonight, so that can help with Stafford. But again, I'm not 100% sure if they're 100%, 75%. So I don't think that will be enough to kind of make it an even match. So I am going Minnesota and go Skull.
Okay, I'm making a trifecta, man. I'm going with Minnesota as well. I think they continue to win. I think they continue to show that the NFC North is one of the most impressive divisions this year. So I'm going Minnesota.
All right, all three from Minnesota. Let's go head on to the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson is now out for a year with the Achilles tendon. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have been flying high past couple of weeks, looking like he is taking the lead for the third MVP in his career. Let's be real. The Browns are a mess. Even if with Jameis Winston going to start, he'll probably help the offense be more efficient. I just think there's still some problems, especially with the offensive line of. So I'm going to take Baltimore.
Oh, it's going to be Baltimore for me all the way. As soon as Deshaun went down, even though Deshaun was not playing up to the caliber as what we knew him to play, and I do agree if Jameis is the starter for this game, is he just going to keep him in? That's still Mr. 30 for 30. So yeah, go Baltimore. And this AFC North division is not what we kind of expected it to be. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it has. Everybody who's done bad by baby oil this year, this is not your year. 2024 is not your year, so I'm going to go the Baltimore Ravens.
Come on, man. We're on TV, bro.
It's not your year. Everybody who's abused baby oil, it is not your year.
But we on. Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
All right. Anyway, the Colts versus the Texans. I'm not gonna lie, y'all.
This is gonna be an interesting game again.
Ever since the Nico Collins injury, I'm kind of seeing a different Texans offense.
He's still out.
Yeah, he had that hamstring.
He's still out.
Oh.
But in comes this Colts team, and I will say I have the Texans winning, but I'm very concerned with how they've been playing. Like the defense had to pick up the slack a little bit. Hopefully, Slovic and CJ they can find some rhythm and try to get this offense going this week.
No, I've been accused, man, of not supporting African American quarterbacks, man, on the timeline, man. I just want to shout out. I haven't said anything. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. One of my homies say he don't ever see me the good stuff, man, on the timeline. He just sees stuff when I say bad stuff. So I'm gonna shout out CJ, and I'm gonna ask you, DT, what concerns you more, the lack of defense on Houston or the lack of development on AR? What is more concerning for you? Because to me, if it's like, if it ain't Flacco, I ain't for sure. So I'm going Houston in this game.
Well, you asked me that. I would say the lack of defense, because the defense, with D'Amico Ryan is supposed to be the backbone. That's his background. They're supposed to be established, supposed to be physicality. I kind of already knew what AR is, even without playing that many games. The accuracy has been his biggest problem. So not shocking to see he's completing almost bottom barrel half of his passes. But if this defense don't tighten up, that's, I think when you think about Houston, all the hype, all the moves they made, they felt like this was going to be the year. But always question, you still have the Ravens, you still have the Bills. And even though Cincinnati, they start off bad like they always do, you still have Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is going to pick up the pace in the next couple of weeks. So where does Houston step up, and when do they find their rhythm? Because that's going to be important once you get to December and for come playoff time.
Listen, they're going to do a nice little two-step this Sunday. They're going to find a little rhythm this Sunday.
Yeah, so I'm going with the Texans.
You going with the Texans?
Yeah.
The first time that these two teams played, it was a very good game. It was a very back and forth game with these two. I do agree the Texans have been kind of looking, I don't even want to say subpar, but kind of below what we really kind of had them looking, especially after they made all the moves that they made on that defense. Again, I think what CJ Stroud has to do is understand how not, every quarterback got their safety blanket and they got their safety person on there. Some quarterbacks is a TE. Some of them is a wide receiver. And I think for CJ Stroud, that was Nico. That was his safety blanket with that. And when you don't have that, I think that's kind of lose a lack of confidence with there. But I am going to say this. I do agree. Joe Flacco gives his team, gives the Colts a better chance to win with that. But I don't see the Texans sweeping the Colts. I think the Colts are possibly gonna get their get back.
Yeah, there you go, E. Yeah, don't see it. We need to catch up with you, E. Don't see it, don't you?
See that right
This
now.
clear as day to me. I think Stephen Wonder can see this one. Don't see it, though.
Oh my God. All right. Next game we have is the Green Bay Packers heading to Duval to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Give me Green Bay. Cheesehead, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Me too.
God. Oh my gosh.
Hashtag analysis. They better.
Hey, look, I gotta hit the side eye just a bit because my girl on the phone with me, she from Duval. She a diehard Jackson, but baby, I'm gonna have to take the Packers this week.
Yeah.
Plus, I got Jada Reed started.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So,
Lord.
y'all got the Packers this week. All right. The Arizona Cardinals at the Miami Dolphins. Tua's gonna be coming back this week, right?
Is he for sure coming back? And why won't he wear that helmet?
Because he don't want to, and he said no. And yes, they ain't got no choice.
CHenry chill.
No, that's a serious question. That's a serious question. Why he don't want to wear that Guardian helmet? I mean, it just don't make no sense to me, man. You $30-40 million up, man. You might as well listen. No matter how it looks, bro. Just $50-60 million on the line, brother. I tell them, give me 2 of them damn things. Let me get on out here. Hey, man, but that, man, Arizona kind of leaky though, man. I don't know. I'm trying to believe in Kyler and Marvin and them, but they ain't got no defense. If he wear the Guardian hat, man, they might be able to do something, man. I'm gonna go Miami, but he got to wear. I'm praying for the Guardian hat. Don't worry about what people think about you, Tua, man. Just keep your brains together, man.
Okay.
So you got Miami for this one?
Yeah, who you got?
Can I end in a tie? Cause they both ain't good.
If they end in a tie, he definitely don't need to play.
Well, they ended the tie, but no, I will look. I'll tell you like this. I will go Miami, but both of these teams are not good. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm leaning them because they're getting a little bit healthy. You got Raheem Mostert back. They got They got Tua. He might be rusty though, and we don't know how long he's gonna play. I don't know. He need to get that little extra helmet for real.
All right. Next game we have the Jets versus New England Patriots. Drake may look good past 2 games, even
yeah. I don't like the go Laker part, but good chat.
Not the LA Lakers, the Grand Valley State Lakers, baby. Grand Valley State University.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Lakers salute.
I'm taking the Jets.
This got to be a Jets get right game, don't it? They lose this one, it's gonna be pandemonium, ain't it? It's gonna be.
It better be a get right.
They can't lose this one, man. New England look crazy. What happened to New England defense? What happened? Why they set my man Jeremiah up like this?
Man, it might be in the broadcast booth, dog. Real talk.
You might be doing S-Curl commercials with Curtis Martin.
I'm dead. I'll take the Jets.
All right, we taking the Jets. Next game will be the Saints at the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
Man, that game.
It's ugly.
That game they play. That's an ugly style of football they playing. They ain't even playing no Michigan ball over there. I don't even know what they play. I mean, the tight ends had about 20 targets the last game. I'm like, damn. That Antonio Gates don't play there no more. But they just throwing it. Who the quarterback is? Spencer Rattler, the quarterback for New England. I'm sorry, for New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yep. Head scratcher, ain't it?
Charge. I'm gonna go Chargers for Jim Harbaugh and for Lady E. A Charger. This one you, Ellie. This one for you. Mm-hmm.
All right. Philadelphia versus Cincinnati.
This gonna be a good game.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good game.
That's a good game.
You know what though? Because
I think a lot of points are going to be scored.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Philly's secondary, but I also don't know about Cincinnati's run defense. Can they stop Saquon? This game is this at Cincinnati?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one's hard.
I'm gonna go Cincy on this one because I think you're gonna go. I think you're going Philly, so I'm gonna go Cincy on this one.
Who going Philly?
Oh, you ain't going Philly?
I was actually gonna go Joey.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna stick with Joey. Don't give me the fart touch. E.
Yeah, look, y'all already know me. I'm going Cincinnati.
Okay. We got the trifecta. Okay.
Got the Bengals be 4-1 in the last 4 games. All right, and then we got the Bills versus the Seahawks.
Go Bills, because I'm mad that the Seahawks beat us at home.
Bills, they need that one. That's a big win. That's a good game. I like the Bills in that one.
Yeah, give me the Bills as well. Oh, this is nasty. Seahawks, Broncos. We all going Broncos?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's the doo-doo ball. Yeah, we go to Broncos right now.
Chiefs, Raiders, Chiefs. Okay, last 2. Cowboys and 49ers. Hey, man, I'm going to have to say it.
So I'll be honest with you. This game normally holds some good football. It really does. But with the Cowboys' woes, San Francisco's woes, I do need them to take an L before they come play us anyway. So give me the 49ers.
Go ahead, DT. I'm still debating. I'm still putting it together over. I don't know.
The Dallas Cowboys are 0-3 at home, but the Dallas Cowboys are 3-0 on the road. The 49ers are missing almost half of their pass targets. Defense has been a little bit up and down to me. I think this might be Dallas get right game, man. I think they found a way to win this game.
Has Debo practiced? He got pneumonia. Is he okay?
I think he just got out the hospital, dog.
Ayuk out. CMC out. Jordan Mason got a bad shoulder. Brock Purdy looked real regular last week. He looked like just like a rego sack last week. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go. I just feel like it's the lesser of 2 evils. I'm gonna go with Dallas in this one because we got a few more healthy bodies, but it's close.
And they're coming off a bye.
Yeah, I'm going Dallas in that one.
I just need them to take a loss before they play us.
All right. Giants at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Give me
Russ,
the Steelers.
Russ, they trust. Pickens resurgence. He about to be a legitimate wide receiver too now.
All right, let's go ahead and get to our game.
Excuse me.
First game, I'm going to go back up top. We have the Titans at the Lions. I'm going to say it before you even talk about your team. I'm taking the Lions, dog. Yeah. Titans are pitiful.
Yeah, they're horrible right now.
Yeah. I think it's 11.5 point spread in this. We haven't heard much about the Titans this week. Haven't talked much about it. I feel like our team is taking it as a bye, so they may cover. But with that being said, they don't have enough. Will Levis not playing. They traded away DeAndre Hopkins. So, yeah, I think the Lions win this game, even with no J-Mo. Free J-Mo.
Let's go. Let's get.
All right.
Lions.
That's my nephew. I'm weak. The Atlanta Falcons head to the Bucks. Bucks banged up. Chris
Banged
Godwin
up.
here. Mike Evans gonna pull his unk string.
Bucky Dent, I heard, not playing either. Bucky Irvin. I'm sorry, not Bucky
Oh,
Dent.
you're
Bucky,
ever not playing?
I heard he's out with a toe.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Atlanta. They don't let me down, Atlanta.
I'm taking
Don't
Atlanta.
let me down.
You see my happiness.
If y'all lose the Baker in the in the four tops, y'all gonna be some frauds at that point.
Look, I don't think so. I don't think so. Look, I just need my defense to do something. That's it. That's it. And I just need Kirk to. I mean, you know what? I'm used to Kirk throwing a pick. I just need one. Just one. Let it be early. Get it out the way. Good.
She's so used to picks. It's so disgusting, dog.
He throw a pick almost every single game. Just give me the one at the beginning of the game. Get it out
early and get it out the way.
Out the way. He's good for one pick per game. Sometimes two. I don't want that second one. This one. I just want that one.
Yes, sir. Now we got the premier matchup.
All right. The Bears.
Is J5 playing?
We're gonna find out tomorrow. Me personally, I think he plays.
Did he practice today?
He did not practice today.
Let me tell you right now, man.
Uh-oh.
I don't know about Mariota and them, man. I know about Jaden and them, but I don't know about Mariota and them, man. I don't know. I'm still debating.
That's cool. That's cool. I like you. I like your analysis, but guess what? I'm here now. I've been gone for a while. I'm here. Commanders, bro.
Mariota and all, huh?
Mariota.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
They want to talk about we ain't seen the defense like that. Well, they ain't seen the offense like ours.
I'm a just say this. I'm a pray he plays. Because if y'all really toting Mariota out there,
oh shit,
and hopefully and y'all think that y'all can win with Mariota, I don't know. I don't know. Know about all of that, but I'm gonna pick the Commanders. If J5 plays.
Oh, I knew a caveat was coming.
Now, let me tell you this right now. Since you said that, don't come up there when we do these regular law predictions for the week. You gonna hear nah, give my back, nah. You two-sided.
Look,
what is it?
Look, because
I almost want to do the same damn thing, though, DT. I ain't gonna lie.
Because
I'm dumbfounded.
Don't
get me wrong. Mariota looked good, but I don't know if he can do that a second time.
That's Carolina though,
and that's the thing. I don't know if he can do that a second time
against Carolina. I don't know.
Well, you know what he needed that get back game. He really did, because the last time he played Carolina, he has a meme where he's going down to the ground trying to throw the ball. So he needed that. But I don't know if he can do that again.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. Listen, man. Y'all know y'all my cousins and everything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my jiggers if y'all don't get no bigger. You understand that? You know what I'm saying? I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you right now, 2 days of practice miss for Jaden. Sit him down for a week. Mariota get out there. I don't trust Mariota like that. I'm gonna go to Chicago. And I may be wrong. I'm listen, I'm willing to eat my crow on Monday morning. I may be wrong, but we'll see.
So you pick Chicago. I just need to know, because when I come up here Wednesday and I count the picks, I want to hear them say skew.
No, now listen. I think Mariota's gonna play, and I'm picking Chicago. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I gotta catch up.
It's not even about the Commanders even winning this week. It's about me winning this competition.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. Y'all both. Hey, y'all zigged, I had to zag. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Y'all zigged, I had to zag. Hey, that's what's up.
I'm just saying, like, if J5 was playing Washington Commanders, give me that 5.
It's not even about the Commanders. I'm talking about this talent.
About JD5 though. It's about JD5 though. He the one got y'all in the tizzy. He the one got the what you mean.
Man, he got
it ain't the he the one is the what I'm saying, got the new drinks and the new snacks and all y'all little pull-up spots.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. This JD5 got people asking, where have the Commander fans been? Literally. Like, people act like they ain't never been here.
You're talking about somebody who just now being relevant in the 2000s. They still only have one Super Bowl. Man, get out of here, dog. That man probably about 38 some years old. I know he's seen victory. What's going on, man? Run real hot. You pick Chicago too. Y'all picking Chicago?
Yeah, we picking Chicago.
Okay, I'm trying to win this thing.
Well, I thought you said Washington. Hold on, lady. I thought you said Washington. Wait a minute.
No, I said if JD5 was playing.
If ifs was a fifth, it's like
exactly. If JD5 was playing, heck yeah. Other than that, I'm going Chicago.
I'm gonna tell you right now, hey DT, listen. If I get an update alert on my phone about JD being active, I'm gonna change mine too.
Okay. You know what?
I'm dead serious. I'm saying on this recording line, I'm gonna change my pick because I believe in the Washington.
You gotta have it before kickoff. We gotta have it before kickoff. We gotta have it before the inactive.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. When we get the alert, if JD plays, all Commanders. If you ain't playing, I'll put y'all down for the Bears.
Exactly. See there you go.
There we go. That's fair. That's
because like I said, I have faith. Like, seriously, but if y'all just have a better, I guess you could say, competitive rate against the Bears and have a more likelihood of chances of beating them with him. I just do, after seeing Mariota the way I saw Mariota and how the little dude dipped off in the middle of the season because he had got benched, I don't trust that man.
He said he had family. He had family issues.
I don't care about that.
He had to be a daddy. He had to be,
I don't care about that.
See how they do you when you try to be a man.
I
don't care about that.
Oh, by the way, it's 7-7 Vikings and Rams.
Okay.
All right, we got a game, y'all.
Yeah.
But that's it. We all got for y'all tonight, man.
Exactly. So we'll see y'all next Thursday.
Great show.
On Halloween. And then I better get some birthday money because my birthday is the next day. So I need the birthday money.
Well, I'm broke.
Okay.
I'm keeping $100. I'm broke.
Okay.
I wasn't even asking money from y'all. I'm talking about the audience.
I just had no. That was an open conversation, open but intervention. Just had I'm broke.
It ain't no intervention. So are we dressing up on the show for Halloween?
I would say nah. I really wouldn't have planned on it, But let me know. Let me know if I need to go.
Look, I was trying to see if DC was gonna bring back his elf shoes.
Nah, I'm gonna bring me a Bible because I celebrate Hallelujah night.
Hallelujah! Look, I don't blame you. Hallelujah! I'll turn that porch light off.
Huh?
Can I bring some wine?
No, you cannot bring some wine.
I thought we supposed to be drink wine and break bread at church. What the?
That's on first.
Is that
Sunday.
Communion?
That's first Sunday.
Well, the 31st, the first, it's all the same, whatever. Hallelujah. Hallelujah night.
All right, that's all we got, y'all, tonight. This is the Enter the Lab podcast presented by the Red Zone DC Media. It's your boy DT, Lady E, CHenry. We'll see you guys next week as we recap Week 8 and also college football. Y'all stay tuned.